The title of this piece is XY. And what Michael Gordon was trying to say with the title, I think, is he was referring to sort of the X and Y axis. And the way he does this is through my hands and what they're doing. So you can kind of see this by when I'll play crescendos and decrescendos, you'll see them happen in my left hand and my right hand. That's an interesting idea, but that's not entirely what he's doing. He's also making me play fractions or polyrhythms. So as I'm making things get louder and softer on one hand and the other, I'm also playing 3 against 2, 4 against 3, 6 against 5, and doing ever more complex polyrhythms with each hand as I'm playing these things. Then, once I get that going, he'll start to give me patterns in each hand that I'm playing, little 2-note melodies with my right hand and my left hand while I'm playing these polyrhythms. And then, in some ways, if that's not enough, I start to play melodies with each hand. So you'll hear a melody come out in my left hand while I have a different melody in my right hand, and it keeps getting more and more exciting, and it's going faster and faster and faster. And one of the things you can enjoy watching as it goes on is I think I will look very calm at the beginning, and by the end I'll be very sweaty and very tired. And I hope to convey sort of the excitement and energy that you'll feel if you're in the room with me and I do it. One of the things I do when I interpret the piece is I sort of know that it's going to be kind of a marathon race, and I just keep sprinting to the finish. XY is a prime example of rubbing your belly and patting your head, and it takes a lot of practice. As you see me playing these polyrhythms, it took a lot of practice. So, everybody sort of knows their 2/3 from an early age, but then it took learning little tricks to know my 5 against 4 really well, and then even 6 against 5 I'd never played one until here. So I literally ended up, making a graph to figure out what that looked like on paper. And then I literally sat going, playing really slow, and I learned what my hands feel like, and then faster, faster, faster until it became natural. But it took a lot of taking all the little aspects of the piece and breaking them down into little exercises that then I could sort of build up over time. And even to this day, when I prepare, I practice these little things. But as you'll see then, once I'm running in the race, it's a lot different doing it during game time. But these little techniques are what I use to learn the piece. The piece is for 5-tune drums, and the pitch collection is specified by the composer. So E, F, G, A, B is what he writes for. And I don't play those pitches. I transpose it up a little bit, starting on a G sharp, because I have found some drums that I like that I think carry the pitches really well, and my drums just happen to sound good in those ranges. So you could play it with any drums that you can get good pitches of. Some people play it on tom-toms, some people play it, I've seen people play it on electronic drums. I've chosen the bongos and put in the plug for the travel conga, which kind of sounds like a really big bongo to me. Rather than a full conga that gets too throaty, this really is an extension of my bongos. I like the homogeneous collection of these drums and the way they're able to carry the pitch. I do use synthetic heads. They're a little bit pitchier than a normal calf bongo head, but that's by the time I'm playing with timpani sticks and I'm hitting them in the ways that I hit them in this piece, authenticity for bongos sort of goes out the window, and it's a whole other thing for me. piece is not just about rhythm, and it's not just about the math. The thing that becomes interesting is the long line. So one, you'll hear the accumulation of the rhythms or the clearing of the rhythms, but not only that, actually. The piece has a melody. It has pitches. So you'll hear, you get kind of a major scale. You get a little half step. You get a fourth. You have a fifth. So it's this little sort of like a whole tone scale with a leading tone on it. So when I'm playing it, I'm not just playing with the rhythms. I'm actually trying to lead the audience into hearing the melodies, and hopefully you can get lost in these pitches, sort of in like a Steve Reich or minimalist way. I'm not playing dazzling melodies, but I'm playing these long lines that hopefully come out over the course of the piece, in addition to watching me play quick music. XY is exhausting to play. So when I perform it, I always play it, last on a half or last on the program, because when I'm done, I'm done. This one, I am unequivocally exhausted when I'm done. I'm a sweaty mess, and it's a chop buster. It's my brainiac, rock and roll drum solo, that when I'm done, I'm done.